Hello, and welcome to episode 86 of the Sunday League Pundit Show. We have had a few weeks off. We were meant to come back last week, but I had work and then I had to go and collect my nieces, and I didn't get back till 10 to 10, which I was starting work at midnight. So I decided that I probably shouldn't record the pod and I should get some sleep. So we missed last week and we are back this week.
Talk about slacking.
I have with me my very good friend on camera, Jim Jam.
Howdy.
How are you?
Okay.
Good. And off camera, we have Tin Ribs. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Off camera, where he belongs. And I am Stretch. And welcome to the Sunday League Pundit Show. Are we going to start with the Jim Jam, the Statman Stat this week?
Might as well.
Okay.
I had one last week, so I'm going to use the same one just
Wonderful.
because it's thingy. So I was intrigued. So the 92, so all the teams from Premier League to 18.
Bottom
What do you
18.
reckon the most popular kit maker is?
I know what it should be. I've mentioned it many times.
Okay. Right. So I'll go for, because everybody knows the kit makers. So the top three are by far more than any of the others.
Adidas, Nike. Macron? Would Macron be part of the top three?
So
There's a few now.
Adidas are third with 12 teams. Macron are
12?
Macron are second
Yeah.
with 17 teams across
Macron.
the thing.
Macron is great.
Now you said Nike,
Yeah.
5. They've only got 5 teams in the top 4 leagues in English football. They are actually in
Wow.
6. So area, ERREA,
Yeah.
they've got 6, which puts them in 4th. So the top 3 own that. So the most popular one with 18 is...
Theodora?
You know, I can tell it's Umbro.
Now they're joint with Nike with 5. Diodora don't think actually
Feature
have
at all.
one at all. It's Puma.
Fucking hell.
Which obviously Southampton's is Puma. Obviously you're saying Adidas because you're both Adidas, but you got to remember
City.
that all the teams that are actually with that were with Nike, like Liverpool, they've now moved over to Adidas now this year. So all the contracts are ended. Perhaps that upwards tick has perhaps pissed off a lot of teams, and they've gone,
It was-
okay,
it
no
was
deal.
pathetic.
So after they literally went that the champions of England are Scouts, not English, Nike literally alienated their own fans by not losing the contract.
Yeah, it absolutely amazed me. So the teams are, so Nike are Brighton, Birmingham, Chelsea, Portsmouth, and Spurs.
You noticed the disdain he said Portsmouth with that.
Yeah. Portsmouth.
Tottenham, you
Honestly,
see,
you literally
it's the same.
spat that out
It's
then.
all the rivals. So it's one of them. So yeah, I thought it was interesting,
Puma.
but
I
I can
wouldn't have
see
guessed Puma
why.
as the top.
I wouldn't have guessed Puma at all. I wouldn't have even put them in the top 3, even though there are.
I know of like
Manufacturer, I
Man
can't
City.
believe so
I
many.
knew
I
there was
mean,
like
they're-
one or two. I
to be
just didn't
fair,
realise
Puma are a
how many.
decent manufacturer. They're not bad at all. Like my favourite ever pair of football boots was Puma because they
Puma
felt
Kings.
like I was wearing fucking
Puma
slippers.
Kings badge.
I
yes.
love Puma
They were
Kings.
so
You know what?
good.
I bought a pair of Puma. I liked the Puma gloves back in the late 2000s. And I know that going into the late 2010s, their grip was hands down the best on the market. But I started buying, I bought a pair of, not the expensive ones, but like the sort of mid-range Puma boots. And I can show you that they are knackered. And I only wore them like 4 times. They just fell apart. The build quality was horrendous on them. And considering how much money I'd spent on them, I was not impressed. And I bought a pair of the gloves. And within 3 games, all the stitching had split on the thumbs. And
See,
it's
now
like,
the Puma boots I'm on about, I was going back to when I was with my lady the first time. So you're talking 2006, I bought them. They're the best pair of boots that I've ever had in my life. And my only regret on buying them is that I only bought 1 pair.
yeah.
I wish I'd have gone and bought
The,
like 4
Football
of them.
boots
'cause they
aren't
were
the same
fucking
as they used to
amazing.
be now.
No, I remember my Puma
No,
They're
Kings.
all,
all like-
they're all plastic. So
Yeah.
because you've got like the professional ones. So they've got the ones that obviously the players are wearing that
Yep.
are like 190 quid in the shop.
And the rest,
then you've
220.
got,
Yeah,
and then
So,
you've
yeah.
got like a weaker version that's like 120,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go down to the pair that
like 30
look
quid.
the same, but 30 quid, but they're pure like.
Yeah, but then you've got like that
plastic.
70 quid pair, and that's what I bought with the Puma. Because at the time when I bought the Pumas, there was the £30 pair, the £55 pair, the £79 pair, and the £125 pair. So I bought the 79, and I'll show you during the break. Remind me, I'll show you. They
Well, I went and bought, as you both know because you've seen them, the white Adidas Predators.
Yeah.
And only once have I got through a game wearing them. Because I've had them for 3 weeks now. And for the first week, and Friday just gone, I had to run off and change back into my blue Predators. Because they're so fucking uncomfortable.
I was going to say, you
They're
were wearing
laceless
your blue
ones.
Predators during the warm-up, so...
Because I tried with the new...
Oh,
Now,
so
bearing in
you've
mind,
changed
I
them
had
before I
worn them
even
around the
got there.
house. Like, this isn't you didn't wear them and break them in. I wore them around the house for the whole week running up to the Friday. And mate, my feet were killing me.
Really? Because
I put my blue Predators back on, eased them immediately.
And yeah, I've got-
felt loads
Are
better.
they just the wrong size, then?
They're the right size. They fit perfectly. They're just not
They're just
comfortable.
not comfortable.
It's the bottom bit, like the front half of the foot. The pain along, if you like the knuckles, if you like the bottom of your foot. Oh my god!
Because I've got
So
two pairs.
So
that-
it's just too hard or whatever.
Just not comfy
So
at
it's
all.
the running then.
Yeah.
Or the studs are in the wrong place. Because I used to find that with
Stud
certain
alignment.
boots where if it's in the wrong place and you're just landing on your feet,
Which
it
boot?
causes pain.
Because I've got I've got two pairs of the laceless, and I've had them for what? So my first pair were the black and pink ones from the Euros 6 years ago, and then I bought that other pair, the white pair, 2 years ago for the Mac game. They've both cost me over £200 each. And I've still got both pairs, and I still use both pairs. I use the purple pair for grass and mud because white and mud is not exactly the best. And I still use, but I use the multi-ground. So I'm wondering what's the because if you're wearing the wrong combination, I reckon running on AstroTurf is got a fucking wreck.
Well, obviously because I knew 90% of my games were going to be on AstroTurf. That's what I went for.
The hard ground or multi-ground.
Well, multi,
Yeah,
but it's just uncomfortable.
interesting. Strange.
Properly uncomfortable. I've had them 3 weeks. I'm considering buying another pair because I just don't like them.
I mean, I can't wear.
I mean, I like the laceless
boots
thing.
anyway. I can't wear them because I can't get my foot into a laceless boot where the sock is. It's like
Sounds
my
like a you
foot's
problem.
too wide. It just doesn't. It doesn't go in.
You do realise it extends, and you just use a shoehorn and
It just doesn't work.
I struggle
very
to get
well.
my feet into
I
them.
struggle
But once
to
you're in,
get in.
they fit well.
Oh, yeah, you're supposed
And
to.
if I'm just sat
if you
there,
slide them in, they're just going to slide off.
yeah, if I'm just sat there, they're comfy as fuck. Like, but as soon as I start running, just the top of my feet is fucking agony. And my,
Weird.
my right foot, no problem at all,
It's just all you left.
no problem. But my left foot, it's agony. It's like I physically can't run on them. I end up hobbling and limping. And then the second I put them blue Adidas on, fine. Pain immediately dissipates.
Strange.
Weird, isn't it? Dead weird. But there we go. That was a really fucking long intro. I think it's a good time to play the music.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to part 1 of the Sunday League Pundit Show, episode 86.
Season 3.
Season 3.
Season
yeah, I forgot
3.
about that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Start of new season. So
This is
we
the
are
third
on season
season.
3.
Come November, we'll have been doing it for 2 full years.
Yeah.
It's mad, that, isn't it, really? Did you actually think it was going to last this long? When we started recording on
No.
that phone, it kept falling over.
No.
Go back to the first episode. It's honestly absolute shambles. I mean, it still is, to be fair, but it was horrific then. Right, so we have a fair bit to talk about. Let's go to last week. You lucky fuckers.
What? Wrexham.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very lucky. You're lucky that they put an absolute dick on in the 90th minute or whatever it was, and he just enabled you to go through and score 2 goals.
It's fine by me. It's a good.
Is he one of the most unpopular people in football right now?
I think so, yeah.
He always has been, hasn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah. He's
I don't think he's helped himself with that. though,
Mr.
has he?
Poppy.
Yeah. Or lack of.
Oh, yeah.
lack of, as the case may be.
No, he's one of them. They battled hard and stuff, but it was the same old. It's same old Southampton. A bit like Arsenal. We've been crying out for a striker for years.
No.
Still need one, which is why we've just lost to Stoke this week, 2-1. You know, when the centre back's scoring, and oh no, it's only our defenders that have scored this season so far, apart from Fernandes in the cup. But in the league, it's defenders.
That's. Do you want
Maybe.
putting them up front?
Yeah.
See if you get any more joy.
Well, technically, Jay Robinson, he's a winger because he scored against Ipswich. Because we've played 3 games actually since we've done that
You have.
I was just trying to think about that then. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
you've
was
played 3
supposed to
times.
be because we started a week early.
Yeah.
And I mean, I thought 1-1 against Ipswich. I was quite happy with that result. I don't think we played very well against Northampton in the cup.
Have you played well yet this season? Because you weren't great against Wrexham.
I wouldn't say we weren't great. It was just the same old where we have lots of possession and a specialist are doing fuck all with it.
I'm going to stand by my call that's playing pretty poor football. Because there's no end product. In football, it's all about the end product.
It was like the game against Stoke. It was like Jay Robinson had a good shot outside the box, hit the post. He was the one that got onto the rebound. And he hit the same freaking post.
That's shocking, isn't it?
I'm just like, it's just when your luck's just not in. But I will give it. I mean, Stoke are 3 out of 3 this season, and their transfer window's smart. Obviously, I went to a pre-season game with them when they played Crewe, and they looked decent in the first half. The signings that they've made, they're a decent team. You know.
Sad to
Some
hear.
people said, they're going to win the league kind of thing. And I kind of
don't
laughed. And I'm
think
kind of
Stoke will
like
win the
looking
league.
at it now going,
I'm still with
you
Ipswich.
know what? No.
3
I'm
games.
still with Ipswich.
No, Ipswich won't be up there.
I think
Ipswich won't
Ipswich
be up there. It's the teams that are going to be up there. It's hard to say. I think Leicester probably will get up there. I know they have lost. They were lucky against Sheffield Wednesday. But I think that, like last year where really Leeds and the other team ran away with the league. Burnley, that's the one. I couldn't remember who went up. They ran away with it with Sheffield United, really. You could say that they were up there. The top 3 there were the top 3. I think this year is going to be a lot tighter because I know that like they put us down as favourites and they say that our team's far superior and stuff like that, which some of the players maybe are, but as a team, it's going to take some work there. I think the couple signings need to be made.
You need a finisher.
Tyler Dibbling leaving is great for us.
Yeah, financially.
Because financially, 42 million is massive because that then takes away. But apparently, our squad is that full. That's where we're going to struggle because that we need to sort out the financial fair plays to sustain it. So that's why we've not signed many players.
I think,
and we've got rid of Deadwood like Onuachu.
Yeah.
We've Dibbling's not obviously Deadwood, but he's a good asset. I think Ramsdale going out on loan is a fantastic piece of business because I imagine all his wages are being paid by Newcastle and get 4 million for him with an option to buy. So is he going to go?
I think he'll be back with you next season.
There. If we get promoted, yeah. And I think that's a fantastic piece of business.
I think he won't stay at Newcastle being on the bench.
Yeah, because he's
not going to take the first spot.
Because Pope will
He's not going to take the first spot.
I don't know. If they play him, I think he will. I think he's good enough. I think he's better than Pope.
I don't.
So,
Still think he's better than Raya.
I thought the Jan Bednarak, I thought the money that we got for him was superb business.
In fact, you got money for him.
Yeah, it was one of them, but they're high wages.
Yeah.
I think Bella Ketchup, we need to get him off the books. Will Smallbone is apparently subject to a move to Wrexham. Apparently that's 7.5 million. I'm sorry, I'm like, okay, give us 7.5 million.
Do you want me to drive him there for you?
Because we're linked with Jack Rodoni from Coventry.
I don't know who that is, I'll be honest.
Jack Rodoni, fantastic
I don't know
player.
who that is.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic
I
player.
think he'd be... I say he's a lot like Smodix.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
not an out-and-out striker, but
Great number
he's
10.
gonna...
He's dangerous.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think that's exactly what we're crying out for at the moment. We need somebody who knows how to put the ball in the back of a net.
So more of a Havertz than a Lukaku, more like
Yeah,
sit back
yeah.
more and but still capable of getting a goal.
I don't know if Armstrong will have the season that he had the season before. He's kind of up there. Cameron Archer, it's like, it's just... Some of these players are just really going to struggle. But if they can get the goals, then yeah. And the question I was going to ask for both of you is like, because we said it last year, who is the player that we're going to be looking out for? I know that you were on about at yours, which was Gray wanted, not obviously Harry Gray was a player to look out for. I don't think did he go out on loan or
not yet,
he
but I do think he needs to go out on loan.
So he was looking at that. Obviously, last season I said Tyler Diblin was going to be a player that's going to be coming through. Obviously, this season it's going to be Jay Robinson at 18.
Ours is fucking obvious, I think.
Doman by any chance?
I think it might be Max Dowman. What a fucking player he is at 15 years old.
I know.
I got away with one against Leeds, I think. I don't think that was a penalty.
Of course it was a penalty. He stood on his foot. And now I know you said that he was falling, and he was falling before.
He briefly
and when you
caught
see
his
it
toenail.
Initially, you watch him run through, and you say he's falling, and he falls into the other leg, and you think that the foul is that challenge on the leg, because that's how players win penalties. But then when they
that's
flip
what
the
I
angle,
thought it was.
And then when they flip the angle, you blatantly see him stand on his foot.
Now
he wasn't falling before he got stood on his foot.
I thought it was his left foot that was the issue.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's moved that into your guy after he's fallen.
Which is why I sent you the clip and went, he stood on his foot there. Yeah, he stood on his foot. And when
but you sent me a
it,
screenshot, didn't you?
Yeah, which you can't see it in full
and I didn't
context.
know what that was.
And
it was a very
you go back,
zoomed in.
But you've got to see it from one
angle. But I've
angle.
seen it now from a few different angles on Match of the Day.
And he blatantly stands on his
and
foot.
He does stand on his foot. He does.
It's a soft penalty, but...
That's my thing with it. It's very soft.
But is it a penalty? Did he stand on his foot? Yes. Would you go down if somebody stood on your foot in the box and you know you're not going to have a shot at goal because there's defenders?
Oh, yeah, as a striker,
100% you're going to go down as soon as somebody stands on your foot. So he didn't dive. If he hadn't have had his foot stood on and he went down, and because that left leg goes into the player's leg and he goes down after, so that's buying a penalty.
You're arguing the point that he exaggerated contact, not dived.
No, he went down as soon as he stood on the foot. Which is fine for me, because you don't know how much that pressure was on that.
Oh, it could have hurt. Like,
it could have hurt because it was right on the foot. So for me, it is a penalty, and I know that all the pundits say it is a penalty.
Yeah,
As much as is it a soft penalty? Yes, it is. But is it a penalty? 100%.
Gorkarez is in my fantasy team, so I was okay with it because he got the penalty.
Yeah.
So I'm actually fine with it. I don't mind at all.
So
while we're on about Arsenal Leeds, how do you feel about Leeds' start to the season?
First game we looked good, and then
I would agree. Actually, I think they properly took the piss in that first game.
We looked good. We just needed a striker. We needed someone to put the ball in the back of the net.
I completely agree. I thought they
second game, I don't even know.
We'll go back to the first game. So now we're going to have an opinion time again, because now we've got another penalty to talk about in the Leeds game.
No, we don't, because it should never have been a penalty. There's nothing to talk about. That was not a penalty in a million fucking years. Not in this lifetime or the next. Not in this planet or a different planet. That was never a penalty.
I just want to point out to him and to you that I've shown him the picture, physically shown him the fact that you can see clear daylight between his arm and his body where the ball is hitting his arm.
Yeah. I mean, he's exaggerating
there. And he's going, it's by his side. And it's like...
It was by his side, as far as I'm concerned.
Tarkowski, it was by his side. But the problem is...
He's moving his arm to the ball.
No, he moves his whole body. He moved his whole body. Now, the problem
Where do you want him to put his arm?
They said...
It's by the side of him where it's meant to be.
No, they said it took a deflection. Now, the problem is the deflection took the ball the other way. If the deflection took the ball and he was moving and the ball then moved into his arm, but the deflection, he had to move because of the deflection. So he moved his arm into it. I'm sorry. I'm pretty convinced that he knew what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing.
So you think it was a penalty?
I think
he deliberately moved his body and arm into the ball.
I can see why it's a penalty. If he didn't move, if he did not move and the ball deflected.
Do you
and
realise
that
how
hits
much
him,
shit he would get off his keeper and his manager if he didn't go and try to
he's
stop
got
that
to
ball?
move.
No, I get
100%
it.
He's got
Right,
to.
so I will sit here and I will say you are both fully entitled
I'm
to
going
your
to say
wrong
this.
opinion.
I'm going to say this.
Fully entitled
I
to your
don't
wrong
often
opinion.
agree with Jamie Carragher. I don't often agree with him, but even he stated it is a penalty. He knew what he was doing, and he moved his arm and body into the direction of the ball, and used his because it's when people go, his arm's behind his back. How does it hit his arm if he's behind his back? It's not. It's here. There is daylight there in the photo that I have shown you. There is daylight between his body and his arm. You can see through.
He moves
Therefore-
into it.
Yeah, he does.
And it's his arm.
Absolutely.
If he doesn't move, it's not a penalty.
Agreed.
But he's also not doing his fucking job. He has to go into the ball to try and stop it. And his arm is
And
by
he's
his
fucked
side.
up.
Where do you want his
Stretch,
arm to be?
stretch.
He fucked up. He moved into it and used his arm.
Stop.
didn't
So
use
stop
his
saying
arm.
arm's
He
here
hit his arm.
when the photo clearly states his arm is here.
It wasn't nowhere near that far out.
His arm's down here. And he's
What do you want him
into
to do?
it.
Cut his arm off?
He just got unlucky that it's hit his arm and not his body. He's
So
just
it's
got unlucky.
accidental, so it's not a penalty.
But he's
It's
used
only
his
a
arm.
guaranteed
It's not
handball if
accidental.
it's the attacker that's
It's
doing
not
it. before they
accidental.
stop.
No,
It's
he's
not
used
accidental.
it.
No.
He's done
He's
it.
not a
moved
pen,
his
not a pen,
body and
not
it's
a pen,
hit his arm.
not a pen,
You'd
not a
want
pen.
a penalty if it was the other way round.
Fuck yeah, I'd want a penalty, but that doesn't mean
Exactly.
it was a
So
penalty.
it was.
Look, you can see the board. You can see the black and white of the board behind him through the gap between his arm and the ball.
How fucking close is that to his body? What do you want him to do? Cut his arm
There's
off?
half a
I'm not
football's
arguing
gap.
that his arm is by his body, but the fact that I'm arguing is the fact that he's moved his arm into the ball.
He's moved his body towards the ball.
And
What
his
do you want him?
arm.
What do you want him to do? Leave his arm behind? It's got to come with him.
Now, if he moved and didn't want to do it, maybe if he did put his arm behind his back so he knows it,
What
it's
were
not
we
gonna hit
expecting?
him.
Footballers to fall on their face then? Because they're not going to be able to protect themselves if they do fall over.
No.
If they've got to fucking hold their arms
Now, I will
behind the
say
back.
a
It's
player. You
pathetic.
don't like this player,
It's
but he was very
pathetic.
good at defending against handballs, and he could never get given for deliberate handball the way that he defended. And it's David Luiz, because he was really good at the fact that he held his arm. He always defended to keep his, so he wouldn't get
Yeah, he
a
was good.
handball. He was really good at that. It was probably
What?
the only thing he was good at.
Chopper? It's no wonder he was good with his hands because his feet were fucking useless.
Yeah.
He gave away 40 penalties this season by booting people. He didn't need to
As
handball
if,
it.
If Tarkovsky, if his arm was moving behind him because he knew he was
Yeah.
moving, and he actually went to move his arm behind his body to get it out the way,
Yeah.
or pulled it straight in, but the fact that he moved with
Do you
it,
realise-
I think it's half
I
deliberate.
would like to point
It's
out
deliberate.
He knows
there's,
what he was
there's
doing.
3 people in the VAR room. Right?
Yeah. And they all agreed that it was a penalty. Woohoo!
The thing is we still can't decide between the 3 of us unanimously whether that was a penalty or
No.
not. Unanimously.
Who was the player?
and
It
we
was...
bitched that VAR take too long.
No, we're
It wasn't a pen. There's not a fucking chance that was a penalty. I'm sorry, it wasn't.
Was
What do you
it
want to do?
given
Just
as a
cut his
penalty-
arm off?
Was it given a penalty on the field?
yes.
No, I get that.
I'm sorry,
I get
if
that
we
it was
were in
given as a penalty.
VAR,
Yes.
it wouldn't have taken us long to decide because we'd have told if it was us 3 in the booth, we'd have told you you're wrong. Shut the fuck up. It's a penalty.
2
Well,
out
it
of 3.
depends because if
Piss
I
off.
got the microphone, I'd be like, oh, no pen. Carry on.
Yeah, but it's 2 out of 3. You're out. Real pissed
Yeah.
off.
I don't think I wouldn't even send him to look at it. That's how
I'd be like,
adamant
it's
I
just-
am. I
it's
wouldn't
just
even
not a
send him
penalty.
to review it either. I wouldn't send the ref to review it at the screen to make him make another decision.
You're both entitled to be wrong. That's fine. Anyway, how do you feel about your first game?
Yeah, I was happy with it.
Yeah?
I thought we brought.
I genuinely think you
I
were
thought
the
we
better
brought.
side.
I thought we brought good energy. I thought
Definitely
we
the
played well.
better side.
We managed to string more than
Did
3
you see
passes
the game
together.
or just highlights?
I just saw highlights.
I saw the game.
We dominated.
And you absolutely bossed it.
Second half, Everton were coming back into it.
I still don't
But-
think they were a threat, though. Or not much of
Oh
one.
god, no! Did they actually register a shot on target?
They probably did.
Not really.
No, I don't think-
Because
I
when
don't think
looked at the
anything of
stats,
anger.
It was all Leeds. I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
No,
Leeds
I-
are
Oh,
really going
and the game
for it.
was like that. The
Yeah.
stats weren't deceiving on that particular thing.
And but this is
It
what I
was all
mean. So
Leeds.
it's like you look at that game. We were playing some fucking awesome football, and I mean really enjoyable to watch. Lots of triangles, passes, and everything. We put at one point. I think they counted some like 18 passes. Brilliant. Yesterday, they
Right,
couldn't put-
let's counter that before we get on to yesterday. Because we played each other and you're really happy with day one, we'll now flip that on its head and talk about Arsenal because we're going to go
Arsenal,
into
Man
ours.
United, yeah.
We were
Awful.
dog shit.
Yeah.
Game 1, we were dog shit. Right?
You were just
And
fortunate that Man United were even bigger dog shit.
that's the key here. is the fact that United are so bad. And
now,
they
why
were
were they saying that
fucking
they weren't that
awful.
bad? That you hear like on commentary that Man United looked better than they have been.
They look, yeah, but
It's this whole thing.
look
though,
at what
it's
they
just
have
not-
looked like.
Yeah. So it makes you think, okay,
Right, so United dominated us, but they were dog shit.
Yeah.
They should have had a penalty against Saliba. I can't remember who he tackled.
I mean, they are winning currently 1-0 against
Yoro.
which I'm quite happy with. He's in my dream team.
Who puts Yoro in the dream team? That just doesn't make sense.
Really
This dickhead,
random. I don't
This
know why. This guy.
Well, it's got 2 thumbs to the
Oh,
Twitter
Bruno
picture.
Fernandes
This
missed a
guy.
penalty.
Huh?
Bruno Fernandes missed a penalty as well. You know
Great,
what I
he's
like
in my
about
fucking
that?
fantasy team.
One of the other leagues I'm in, somebody's captained him, so I'm quite happy with him missing a penalty because I need to overtake him.
The thing for me is Arsenal were horrific on day one. United should have had a penalty. There's no two ways about it.
I agree.
It was a stone wall penalty. I don't know how that wasn't given. And I don't think we're going to disagree on this one. It should have been a pen.
No.
He kicked his foot, not the ball. That's a pen.
Yeah.
You hear briefings where they say, is it a foul on the keeper for the goal?
No,
No.
keeper should be stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. As a goalkeeper.
Because if you look at it, right, we had one.
As a
Who's
goalkeeper,
at fault? Is it the goalkeeper or is it? I think it was Mason Mount. Wasn't it? Who
We
was
scored.
defending him.
We scored off a corner, and they bitched that we were. I think it was the United game, wasn't it? Where they bitched that we were interfering with the keeper.
Yeah.
And then later on in the same game, Raya was getting pushed, but was strong enough to move out and punch the ball clear.
Yeah.
He was getting exactly the same treatment.
Yeah.
As Man United's Slippy McSlipface
The thing
was
is,
getting.
we played together. We played
Be
together,
stronger.
and you were in goal. You were in goal, and when we played together, what was my role?
I used to say to him, stand on my toes for a corner, and then as soon as they kick the ball, I'm pushing him into the guy that's in front of him.
I used to do
Every time.
Yeah,
Every
but
time.
that was I knew what the role was on the corner.
Yeah, 'cause it gave
whichever
me
guy
acres.
was on the keeper, all I had to do was contain him.
You
not lay into
I
him.
stood in the same spot and I just said to him, stand on my toes.
Yeah.
Simple.
The one thing that always used to piss me off
Nobody
was you have
can
that
get in
little
between.
fucking midget walk right in front of you and they just on your toes. You fucking hell, prick.
Because I knew all I was waiting for was him to push me in the back, at which point then I'm not using my arms on the defender, or to be fair,
You did, 'cause I used to watch you.
I'm actually holding on to his shirt, the back of his shirt, because that's how I defend. Because I'm not the tallest, I'd be screwed with VAR the way that I defend on corners and
100%.
stuff. Because I'm
100%.
blatantly
You're knackered.
grabbing, because I'm not trying to
but
win the ball in the air.
I've had it physically where
I'm trying to make sure that they don't win the ball
You're
in the
just
air.
making sure that I can get out and claim it.
I've
No,
had it
I
on-
make
I've
sure
had it
that
on
they're
Friday
not
night.
going to win the header. I'm stopping them from jumping or making sure that I'm not going to
Yeah, 100%.
get
But I've
that,
had it on a
'cause
Friday night.
I'm
There's
not
one
going to win
person-
in the air.
He plays right back, and he literally every corner he comes up, stands next to me. And as soon as the ball's kicked, he just pushes me into the goal.
Wow.
That's what he does every time. He'll literally come stand on me, and as soon as the ball's kicked, he pushes me into the goal. So I have to get round that.
Wow. I didn't know that was a thing because I've never watched.
Start
I'm
noticing.
normally the one taking the
You'll
corner.
know which one
so-
I'm on about as well.
Oh, yeah, I know which one you're on about. But because I take the corners,
Yeah.
I'm normally looking for,
But
and you're not always on my side.
I still try to do everything I can to get someone in between us, or just as he goes for the push, I'll try and shimmy.
Do you know, I left this Friday, a bit of a diversion here, but I left Friday thinking, I've scored a really good goal here. I then went and watched the West Ham game and Paqueta scored that goal. I'm like, mine was shit. 'Cause that was fucking phenomenal. I come away from Friday feeling dead buoyed. I'm like, I've scored a great goal
Good
tonight.
finish.
Then I saw fucking Paqueta's goal. I'm like, mine was wank. Because that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So
Your finish
yeah,
on Friday
anyway,
was good.
Arsenal, absolute dog shit day one. United should have had a penalty. No two
Yeah,
ways
I
about
agree.
it.
It was a penalty.
Our goal,
No,
for
nothing
me,
wrong with it.
absolutely
Nothing
fuck wrong with it.
Nothing wrong.
Raya got the same treatment. Got his hand to it and punched it clear. It's
Yeah,
fine.
they said, didn't they? They said they used the two examples and they went, "This is what not to do. This is what you do."
Yeah.
Do you?
We are so fucking childish.
But no,
Oh God.
yeah, I've got no issues with the Arsenal goal at all. It was keeper just should have done better, but it was definitely a penalty. at the other end.
And then we skipped to yesterday where
Mm-hmm.
we played Leeds, and we were fucking phenomenal. the ref was a little biased for me. A little. Towards us, not against us. There were certain decisions which I thought potentially should have gone for Leeds and didn't.
I thought it was very much
And
like...
there were some borderline decisions, but we seem to get the majority of them.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not complaining about that because it went in my favour, but I will point out the fact that I spotted it.
Yeah.
So, yes, okay, as a fan, when it goes in your favour, I'm not sitting here. I'm not sitting here saying I'm not accepting it, but I am sitting here going, I can see the problems that were in the game.
Yeah.
And I can see the fact that the reffing wasn't completely...
it was a little protect the big boyish.
I don't know if it was that, but...
Early doors,
because it's us
have,
v Leeds, it would
have literally 2 carbon copy challenges. One would be play on, one would be a foul.
Yeah, we'd get the foul.
And you'd get the foul. So
Yeah.
the main one for me was, I know it was a harsh thing to say, but I was getting to the point where it was pissing me off. And then Anonto got absolutely floored by 2 players that literally sandwiched him. Didn't even get the ball. They just sandwiched him. One went through his legs. The other one just piled into him. Ball runs free. They played it out to Odegaard. Odegaard gets caught. And it is a foul, but it's not as bad as what just happened to Nonto. And then it's like, referee blows up. And you're like... And you literally see, I think it was, Strout walked up and went, what about that over there?
Yeah.
And that's why I said the only justice here will be if Odegaard's injured.
Talking about injuries, so Odegaard is injured.
Good.
Saka's injured. Are you worried?
No.
Some of the Arsenal fan base, they're not bothered at them too. Last season, that would have been like...
No.
That would end.
the
That would
season.
end our season, especially if we've got Liverpool next.
I think
now.
Eze's coming.
So happy.
Mate, that's a great signing. Sorry,
so
that's a great signing.
happy.
I'm just pissed because I've had to take him
Eze's-
out my dream team.
Because he already had 3 Arsenal players. Anyway,
You would have actually had 4 if you'd have kept him in, because you wouldn't have got him kicked out.
No, it's kicked me out for the next season. I can't play him. As of next week, I have to take him out.
Oh, he has to take
It
one
literally
of them out.
stated...
He doesn't have to take Eze out. He's making it sound bad. He had to take one of them out,
Yeah.
which could have been Saka because he's injured.
75% chance of playing.
Could have been Saka because he's injured.
Yeah.
So don't.
I've
Fucking...
got Eze.
Right, for me, Eze on the left. I still think Trossard's a great player. I wouldn't start him in many games, but I think he's a
good
great player.
impact
And I really like Trossard, and I'm glad he hasn't gone. I'll be honest. But for me, Eze on the left, Madueke, who I rate anyway, and I have bigged him up on this podcast a couple of times when he played for Chelsea. I'm really pleased that Madueke can play on the right ahead of Saka because he's injured.
Yeah.
And I won't be disappointed if Nwaneri steps in place of Odegaard.
Yeah.
Because I think he's good enough.
But then you've got Doman to come on and play.
He's
half
right
the game.
winger as well.
Yeah,
So he's
I
the
think
next
you've got to
Saka.
not put too much on Doman. He's 50.
That's why I say half game.
I think
30
if
minutes.
if we like Leeds, if we're 3 up or better with 15 to go, bring them on.
But it's like, I'm just going to point out one that you will have seen. When Goodmanson got his yellow card, they both fell over each other. It's not a foul.
The one by the corner flag.
Yeah.
He did stick his feet in between his feet while he's running, so like
But they fall over each other.
they sort of do, but because Doman's got the ball.
But is it a
goes
yellow
down
card?
as-
Is it a yellow card?
Oh no, it's not yellow.
And that's my
it's
point.
a free kick. It's a free kick. We should have had a free kick.
But here's my issue.
the
now.
booking was fucking
This is my
harsh.
issue now.
The
right?
booking was harsh.
So Calafure goes down in the area. It's a clear dive. What's the rules for simulation?
Yellow card.
Booking.
Nothing. Then, because Bogle had caught him earlier, and Bogle got a yellow card, and it is a yellow card, I'm not even going to argue it. It is a yellow card. He's come from behind him, slid into him, took him out.
1-1 by the way. mate.
Later on, Calafuri stamps on his foot. Like, literally comes across, stamps on his ankle. No card. So he's had two very blatant, clear yellow card calls, nothing.
Yeah.
But then, our player gets booked for a tangling of legs.
I don't think it was a yellow. I think that's really harsh.
So I'm not
But
saying...
again, I said at the start, I don't think the refereeing was particularly...
agreed. I'm not going to say that it was bad refereeing that cost us the game. Playing absolute dog shit cost us the game. We couldn't even string 3 fucking passes together. I mean,
Yeah, they weren't
I
the
don't
same
get
team
what
as last week.
That was horrendous. That was
But
absolutely
then, to be
horrendous.
fair, we weren't the same team that played last week. Because Arsenal, I think, were really good against
Yeah, it was a complete
We
flip.
dominated, we kept possession, the passing was good, it was slick, it was fast. Gyökeres looked like a true striker against
His
Leeds.
first goal was
The
brilliant.
first goal where he got it and he
cut
taking
in,
it through a couple. For all the fucking world, looked
Put
like
it
he was
in
going
the
into the
near
far
post.
corner.
Yeah.
For all
And you
the
know
world.
what annoyed
And you
me?
know yourself, when I'm in that situation, I go for the far corner every time. Because
course
I did
you-
on Friday.
And
for him
as a
to cut
right-footed
in and
player,
what
it's
a
easy
goal,
shot.
man. I really enjoyed
You know what
that.
pissed me off though? How many people are trying to blame our keeper? And it's like, I don't know what you want him to do, because not one of those goals could he have done anything about.
Yeah, it's a bit rough. I mean, I get, you look at the stat. This is why I say stats don't fucking tell you everything. You look at 5 shots on target, 5 goals conceded, you think that keeper's shit. And then you watch it and you're like, they're 5 unstoppable shots for the keeper's point of view. For the defender's point of view, they could have closed Gorkarez down a bit better for his first. The penalty, was it a penalty? Was it not? Makes no odds. It was fucking given. A bit like the other one. Makes no odds whether I think it was a penalty or not. It was given, so it was a penalty. Yeah. It's as simple as that. I don't agree with it. Tough shit. It's a penalty.
Saka's is an absolute fucking bullet.
I don't think I've seen a player hit a ball that hard for a while. Like, if that had ever hit the keeper, he'd have been in trouble, to be fair. Yeah. Can you imagine if that had been 2 inches to the left and hit him in the face? Fucking hell.
It goes past him that quick. He's barely got time to move his arm an inch. It absolutely rockets past him.
He rifled it, didn't he? Considering he's not right-footed, that was a hell of a strike.
Yeah.
Some players do just score a wonder goal with a weak foot because they just hit it perfect by fluke.
There is not a single one of those goals that I'm looking at the keeper and going, you could have done better.
Yeah, it was pretty
I'm
good.
not looking at any of them.
Before all that, Raya made a good save against
Raya
guy
was
from a corner.
Yeah.
That was a really good stop, to be fair to him.
Good save.
But I've praised Raya really on in the season before, and he still turned into dog shit later on. So I'm not going to praise it. He made a good save. Well done. Stop clock is right twice a day. We'll see how you are in the next fucking couple of months, because I imagine.
But we were
shit
we
again.
were awful.
And I'll be crying out for Ramsdale to come back, I imagine, fairly soon.
But yeah, we were
It's never going to happen.
No. It's never going to happen. It's not going to stop me crying about it.
Okay.
But
It's not going to stop the tears. All right.
But we were dog shit.
Yeah, you weren't good.
We were awful.
You weren't good. Right, I think what we're going to do, boys, is we're going to wrap it up there, and then we shall head to part 2. So we shall see you, lovely people. Hello, and welcome to part 2 of Sundaypundits Show, episode 86. Right, in part 1, we basically just talked about our own teams.
Yeah.
Because we had a bit to catch up on. There was a few talking
The problem
points.
is there's probably that many games to talk about that it's probably a bit difficult. So I want to talk about Isak situation.
Yeah, happy to do that.
So it makes it very interesting into the fact that there's clearly 2 sides to a story, and we don't know what side it's going to be. Is he refusing to play, etc.? Is it childish? Players are obviously doing this sort of stuff. Like, some players leave with respect. Obviously, Liverpool are like, free him. But the whole...
Right.
And then we'll go to Trent now. And obviously they hated him and thought he was a scumbag because he left at the end of his contract.
Yes.
Now, I was listening to This Is Football, and they were and Gary Lineker talked about when he left Leicester City.
Yes.
And he said that he would not leave Leicester during his contract because he had that much respect for the club that he didn't want to leave mid-contract. He felt that he honoured it to the club that he supports.
I do understand that.
To play to the last thing. So that tells me something. Trent honoured his contract, played all the way through his contract, gave it his all for the entirety of his contract, every contract that he ever signed with Liverpool, and then obviously said, I will be leaving at the contract, continue to play the games, and wanted to say goodbye to the fans properly, although half the fan base obviously booed him and burning shirts, etc. So, but they're perfectly happy for Isak to go on strike and not play and stuff. How would they feel if one of their players decided, I'm going to go on strike?
If he was to go to Liverpool and do the exact same thing 2 years down the line, they'd be kicking off
burning his shirt.
His shirt. So it's just this scumbag attitude.
The thing for me is, we haven't heard anything from Isak's camp.
Yeah, he put a statement out.
Yeah.
When was that?
About the relationship.
About a week ago, came out about how the relationship's broke down, and it's in the best interest for everybody that change is necessary for us and
But then the week that's just gone, all you've heard is from Newcastle. He's refusing to play, and he's refusing this, and he's refusing that. Do we actually know that Isaac is refusing to play, or is he being told he can't?
No, you don't know that because he said it.
But this is what I mean: is his camp haven't come out. His camp haven't come out and said, "Yes, we've told Newcastle we won't train until we get it." This is what I mean by you haven't had a statement. So Newcastle are going, he's refusing, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's doing the other. He hasn't then come out and gone, hang on a minute. So his camp haven't defended him. They haven't admitted to it.
They haven't admitted.
So for me, I think he's probably being told, till you fucking made your mind up, we don't want you back. But then they're coming out going, oh, he's like this, and he's like that, and he's like the other. Sorry.
Now, Michael Richards said it, that when he played for Villa, he was on the way out and the club made him train with the under-21s or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And the media obviously posted Michael Richards' attitude bad, refusing to train and doing all this. And he said it was far from it. He just went in, did what he was told to do and wanted to play to the best of his ability and stuff. But he never made a statement out there because he didn't feel it was right. But they said the thing that pissed him off at Villa was that the club never backed him and let the stories run, made him look like the bad guy. Because obviously Villa wanted him to go because his wages were that high and, you know, he got relegated.
I honestly think the Isak thing isn't as Isak heavy as we're being led to believe.
What do Newcastle do now? Because I'm sorry, you've got a player now out there, so £110 million was rejected, which is a hell of a lot of money to start off with because Newcastle won 150.
Never in a million
which
years.
is a million years.
Silly money.
I'm sorry, but if you're Liverpool now, do you put in a higher bid than 110 million for a player that's not going to play for him? Because Newcastle are going to be desperate now to get rid of this player because his value's only going to go down.
Are they?
Yeah, but let's look at it like this. Okay, so Newcastle are one of the richest clubs now on the planet because of who they're owned by.
But they can't spend it because of FFP.
Yeah, but they're not going to give a shit. Like, if you piss us off, we'll just put you in the reserve.
Yeah, because let's
We're
put
not
it
bothered.
Villa can, like Liverpool can spend all the money that they want
though,
because they've won the league and stuff.
Hang on, I'm going to say it like this though. Isak is probably not getting paid because he's in breach of contract. He's contracted to play football.
This is
he's
what I'm
not
saying.
playing.
Is he in breach of contract or is he doing as he's told? Because if he's been told to stay away, they are still paying. Even if they are still paying his full wage, they don't give a shit.
No, but what I'm saying is...
It's a drop in the ocean.
What I'm saying is, if they turn around saying, this is the amount of money we want, this is what we're going to pay, that's it. Now,
if he's refusing, they won't
but
be
sitting there and
his
going,
wage.
well, they're going to have to sell him. No, they haven't. Because they could literally go, you're in breach of contract, you're refusing to play, so we're not going to pay you. But you are under contract, and until we deem that we're going to sell you for the amount and get the contract that we want, you can sit at home, rot for all we give a shit, because we're not going to pay you. And they can cut their... They can literally cut their nose off to spite their face because ultimately the only person who's going to lose is Isaac.
My turn to play devil's advocate. Because at the end of the day, like it or not, and I don't because I'm a football fan, like it or not, it's a job.
Yeah, it's a business.
It's a job. For the footballers I'm on about, not the teams, the clubs. I'm on about the footballers.
Yeah.
It's a job. If I got offered the exact job I'm doing now, in the exact same way I'm doing it now,
with more money, you're going.
With double the money, I love the company I work for, genuinely do. But if somebody offered me double the money to do exactly the same shit as I'm doing now, I'd be gone.
Yep.
And the fact that I've got a contract with my current employer wouldn't stop me going. I'd go.
Yeah.
The same way you'd go if you were up for double what you're on now. And
I
if
think
you were
there's
offered double what you're on, I fucking know you'd walk out the door and you'd go for it. If you were offered the exact same job you've got now, but double the money, you'd go.
It depends on what money you're on and
double it.
Yeah.
Double it.
Whatever money you're on right now, double it to do the exact job you're doing now.
Well, it's obvious because the wage that I'm on now, it's not a lot of money. But if you're talking 250 grand a week,
but we're
no.
Let's
say
you're living in different worlds.
I know it's different.
Here's
worlds.
130,000 when he's looking at Gorkarez on 200,000 or De Bruyne when he was at City 450,000.
and he doesn't have.
So he's going to be looking at it going, well, that's not a lot of money. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous amount of money. But for a footballer in this day and
If
age,
you're-
he'll be looking at 130, 150. I don't know what he's on. He could be on a lot more. But all I'm saying is, let's say he's on 150 grand a week. He'll be looking at that going, this is not a lot.
Say you're on 200 grand a week, and you're playing for Arsenal week in, week out, scoring goals, and Liverpool come along and offer you 400,000 to do the same job.
You've picked the wrong club, haven't you? Because if I was playing for Arsenal, I'm scoring every week. Are the fans singing my name?
Yeah, because you...
And I'm on 200 grand a week. It's because I can't compute that particular number of being paid.
Yeah.
You're asking me now, Liverpool could offer me £10 million a week, and there's no fucking way I'd go anywhere near
You loved
them.
at Arsenal, you've been there for 5-6 years and stuff like that, and you're perfectly happy, you're on good money. Any club in the world offers you double the money. Do you leave Arsenal knowing that you're on enough money for everything that you've ever wanted?
I'm good.
Do you leave Arsenal?
I'm good.
You don't leave, do you?
But I'm from a different world to what they're from.
I know.
And I can't
Isak's
compute
not
that
going
money.
to have the loyalty
Not
at
even
all.
close.
But certain players,
He's Swedish for a
there's not
start.
many. There's not many players out there that would have that sort of loyalty anymore. But there are going to be players out there.
I reckon we've got 3 in our ranks right now. And that's Lewis Skelly, Nwaneri, and Dowman. I reckon all 3 of them will be quite loyal to Arsenal. Genuinely, I believe it. And Nwaneri has just signed a fresh contract.
You'd have probably half said that about. I bet you Liverpool. That's probably what makes them bitter. They probably thought that about Trent.
But how old is
Till
Trent?
your mate Jude comes on at you.
How old is Trent though?
Yeah.
28?
Yeah.
29, I think.
29?
Yeah.
Nwaneri's what, 20? Lewis
Yeah.
Skelly's nearly 19.
It's hard to say who's.
If
loyal
Lewis
or not.
Skelly stays with us till he's 20, I'll be like, fucking thanks, mate, for the last 12 years. You've been fucking outstanding. And I'd be like, you go do what you want, mate. I don't care if he's hitting his prime. You've given us 12 fucking years of your life.
I don't know about all Arsenal fans at the moment would be like that. Because
Most Arsenal fans are absolute fucking muppets. Let's be honest about
Now-
it. There's no two ways about it. I'm not going to defend any Arsenal fan that fucking posts shit online.
Because
I say that being full aware that I'm one of them.
I was about to
Right.
say, yeah.
I say that knowing exactly what I am. But I do feel that I can be quite able to take a step back and look at a situation and be quite objective. I don't think I'm as strident as some of the fucking muppets that are online at the moment. Right? There are certain things that I am a bit too defensive of when it comes to Arsenal, and I'm aware of that. But I do think I'm more objective than most. But some of them are just like, I mean, I was getting a little bit fed up with the way things were when Wenger was in charge, but I appreciated the fact that he was trying to pay for a stadium. He didn't want to pay shitloads for players or wages. I got it. It was frustrating, but I got it. But the abuse that he was getting off that AFTV and them absolute fucking jebens that are on that show. The only one is the guy that runs it. I can't remember his first name, but it's Lyle, is it his surname? Actually quite like that guy. Actually quite like Robbie Lyle, that's it, Robbie Lyle. Actually quite like the guy. He's quite level-headed. He's quite objectified. He plays devil's advocate a lot, so I think you'd quite like him. Great guy. But the fucking retards that he fucking interviews on there, some of them, honestly. I mean, admittedly, I haven't watched it for years and years and years. There could be some new guys on there now that are actually quite nice. I don't know. I've got no intention of going back on it. As much as I like Robbie, some of the guys that are on his show are just fucking idiots. I get that they pay their money, they go, they're entitled to their opinion, but their opinion is fucking flawed. It's one-sided, it's wrong, it's flawed, and it's too loud, saying too little. And that to me is just irritating.
That's the end. Do you think Isak will leave this transfer window?
No.
Do you think he'll play for Newcastle again?
No.
Yes.
I think he'll rot in the reserves.
I think he'll play.
So you don't think he's refusing to train right now?
No, I think he is. But
Then he won't play for him again.
I think there will be that point where they're basically saying you're in breach of contract.
Right,
We're
I'll
not-
tell
I
you now.
don't think he can play.
If Isak is refusing to train
Mm-hmm.
and he's refusing to go back, and then he plays for Newcastle again, that shows Newcastle in a really bad light.
Yeah.
You are
I don't
weak
think he
as
can.
fuck.
He can't play for Newcastle again.
Can you imagine?
You've
Them
got to-
fans
you
are
look
like
at, you look at Michael
fucking
Owen.
passionate.
Look at Michael Owen for an example because he disrespected
Oh yeah.
Newcastle. He probably
forget
didn't
that
do that much.
They're a
wrong,
lot like
really.
you guys. They're a one club city.
Yeah,
So
they are.
Everything them people have
Everything's
got
about football.
is all about that. I mean, it's not quite like Scotland, where they're a two-club country,
Yeah.
but they're a one. Sorry, I had to throw that in. They're a one-club city, so everybody in Newcastle is madly passionate about Newcastle. And if you put our shirt on, you need to be just as fucking passionate as we are.
Yeah.
For as long as you're there. Now, if you leave Newcastle, having given 100% in every single game, and then you don't like Newcastle, they seem to be okay with it, because when you were there, you gave everything you got. But Isak is not going to be welcome. But all these pundits on TalkSport going, I think there's a way back in. I think the Newcastle fans will accept it and they'll forgive him. And I'm thinking, I don't think they will. I fucking don't think they will.
Forgive anybody.
I think every fucking touch he has is going to be booed. Every touch he has is going to be booed. I don't think that's going to be comfortable for him. I don't think he can put the shirt back on.
No.
I think they should just sign someone and give the number 9 away now, because he is not going to play for him again. And if he does, it is not going to be
The problem
nice.
is they probably need him to sell him to bring somebody in, and it's getting to the point now. Who do they sign?
Diego Costa's on a free, isn't he? He's about 40, but I'm sure he's on a free.
It's
I do for a bit, wasn't it?
it's going to be. I'm surprised not as many keepers have moved around.
I mean, there's been a few.
Yeah.
There's been a few, but like you're expecting like
City
Pope
now
to
on
go.
about signing fucking Donnarumma, aren't they? They've just signed Trafford. What a
I
fucking
mean,
mistake!
He's had a nightmare.
Possibly, but he's a young keeper that's been thrust into Manchester City as they are now, and I think that's expecting quite a lot. Of
Was
him.
it kind of like people say, oh, we've signed him, so we should be playing him ahead of Edison because Edison's on
Why
the way
should
out.
they be playing? They've
But-
signed him. I don't think they've signed him for now. I think they've signed him for a couple of years' time.
Yeah, I
Because
think
he's
they
what, 21?
Yeah,
Keepers
Probably
are
I
is.
don't
the
think
fucking
he's. I
prime
don't think he's
21.
signed to be number one.
I think
he's
they
signed.
signed him so he could learn off of Edison's distribution.
Yeah, I think
Because he's already a great goalkeeper. So if he learns off Edison for
I
his
think
distribution,
he's a great championship goalkeeper
yeah, but
Yeah, but
not
can you
sure.
imagine-
because in the championship he's been brilliant.
2-3 years
Premier
time
League he's
though,
been horrendous.
2-3 years time learning off Edison with his distribution, he's already a good.
Well,
shot
apparently,
stopper.
who is it that's in for Edison now? Is it one of the Turkish teams or something?
Something like that.
Yeah. So I
But
think
it's
Edison's
where
on the move,
Donnarumma ends
and I think
up.
Donnarumma a big.
And I'm surprised Martinez hasn't moved.
Oh, you know, his wages are so high; it's ridiculous. I don't think anyone.
Yeah,
wins.
that's the
it's a
case.
wages- it's a wages situation, that is.
So he stays at
That's a wages situation, hands down. That is
I-
clearly.
I would
a
But
wages
agree
Villa
with
situation.
you
needed
on
him
that.
gone, and they haven't been able to.
I think they're more desperate for Martinez to go than they'd like you to realise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think they'd like him to go.
Because they will do interviews and they'll go with.
I mean, okay, they lost 2-0
He's one of
yesterday,
the best
but
keepers in the world.
the lad they brought in's a really good goalkeeper,
like
and I think they are looking to offload Martinez
To get rid of his
because
wages.
his wages are insane.
He's done them the world of good.
Oh
over the last
God,
few
yeah.
years,
Don't get me
like-
wrong. What he's done,
He's been
and
a
he's
fantastic acquisition.
he's technically worthy of his wages, but when you're struggling. You've got to look at that side of it. And I think he was someone they were looking to offload, which is why they've had to go to Ramsey, because he's not going anywhere.
I'd agree.
But it's like there has been quite a bit of goalkeeper movement. Like Donnarumma. Dubravka going to Burnley.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
I mean, that was
done them the
a
world of good.
bit of an under the scope thing, but you know, he's a great goalkeeper and he's gone to
yeah.
finally taken off the number 2 shirt and put the number 1 on, which is great because
Yeah.
he deserves it. But yeah, there's been quite a lot of
Right.
movement.
I would
But-
like to say at this point that
1-1.
Fulham 1, Man United 1.
You know what I'm more
is a
pissed
full-time
off about?
result.
Cool.
The fact that they've changed it to an own goal.
Moon
So I
is-
lost my goal scorer.
Oh, you've lost Yoro as a goal
Oh
scorer.
no! What a shame!
Wonderful. Do you know what I like? The fact that Leeds, I will hold my hand up at this point and say thank you very much to Leeds. They allowed us to score just enough goals to go ahead of Tottenham on goal difference. They were very, very kind.
Yes.
So yeah, we got to piss on Tottenham's bonfire, which is lovely.
But it's like, even now, I've just jumped on Facebook and people are slagging off the Leeds goalkeeper again. And I'm just like, I don't get where it's coming from, because...
People that haven't watched a game and seen that they've conceded 5, and FOTMob give him a rating of, 4.8 or something like that. I don't know what rating
he just
actually gave
literally
him. Was
had
it that?
nothing to do.
I think it was low when I looked at it
I will
the
genuinely
other day.
challenge. And again, sometimes I think people have, like, 3.9.
3.9. So there you go. So anybody that's not seen the game, Leeds have conceded 5, and he's got a rating of 3.9.
I might have to stick this picture on
Oh,
there.
right. You're brilliant.
Spence just sent it me. So I've just been sent a picture of a pack of crisps with Liverpool on it. I'll stick the picture up so I don't have to explain it. But yeah, that's quite funny.
So
Sorry, what were you saying, Jim?
I have no idea now. It disappeared from my head.
Wonderful. We were on about goalkeepers, if that jogs your memory at all.
Nah, we're
Wonderful.
moving on
Must
from
have been-
that.
Must have been a lie. Right, so we had Tottenham 2, City 0 yesterday. I don't think that's that big of a shock because I
Not
think Tottenham
really.
are really good against Spurs. Tottenham are really good against City. Sorry, not Spurs. Fucking same team. Tottenham are really good against City. I think they've got a really good track record against them.
They were quite good against PSG. They just fucked it up at the end.
Yeah, they did, to be fair. They really did. Wolves had a man sent off.
Yeah.
Who was it? Totti Gomez. Didn't even realise he existed. And then obviously they lost 1-0. Brentford 1, Villa 0.
That surprised me a bit. I thought.
Yeah, it's not great for Villa though, is it, really? I mean, Villa now, they've played 2, drawn 1 and lost 1. It's 0-0 and lost 1-0.
Well,
So
needless
they're yet to
say,
score a goal.
Nobody's going to be breaking Southampton's record this season because they've all won a game.
West Ham have played 2, lost 2. Wolves have played 2, lost 2.
Yeah.
I know what I mean, but the teams have gone up.
Oh.
Mate, it's early days. We've played 2 fucking games. There's a long season ahead here. Come on.
It took us
Yeah,
a long time to get a point.
I
I will say, on another side note, Russell Martin's doing really well at Rangers.
I will say as well that West Ham have scored 1 and conceded 8 in 2 games. So they're hardly fucking doing very well, are they?
No. Yeah, to put that into context a bit of Russell Martin, when he got announced as Rangers manager, oh my God, they were not happy that he got signed. They were like, we'd rather have like Russell Brand as our manager and stuff like that.
Wow.
And they absolutely hate him. And obviously, he's
Fucking
played 3, drawn 3.
Mm.
And I think they've got Celtic coming up very soon. They got pummeled by Club Brugge
Yeah.
in Europe.
That didn't go well.
Russell Martin will probably find himself out of a job by
Very shortly.
October
Very shortly.
because he drew with St Mirren today. Not saying St Mirren are a bad side, but
they should be being
you expect
by
Rangers
Rangers.
only really to lose
Comfortable
to
win.
Celtic.
Yeah. Comfortable.
When you look at that league, you're normally like, right, Celtic don't really lose to anybody apart from maybe Rangers on the odd day. They might lose an odd game to like an Aberdeen or a Hearts. Rangers, flip reverse, you'd probably expect that the same. You expect them to be the top 1-2.
Of course you do.
So,
Of course you do. I would like to interject at this point and just do our regular update. Macclesfield are in 8th,
Yep.
having
They're doing
played
well.
4.
Done
They've
okay.
won 2, drawn 1 and lost 1, which I think is decent. We've got John Rooney in charge now, he's manager.
it's hard to say what they're going to do this year. It's
Well, they're doing all right. 1-2, drawn 1 and lost 1. I'm happy with that after 4 games.
Yeah.
We're in 8th. We've just been promoted. We had our 3 best players taken off us by Savage
yeah.
to go to Forest Green. He's getting a lot of shit online at the moment from Mac fans. Robbie
Of course
Savage.
he is.
He would do.
And honestly,
He
I think
deserves it.
I think he's been really good for Mac.
He was, but it's the way he left. He left like a
Possibly,
dickhead.
Maybe so, but has he not earned a little bit of respect from what he did for us?
No.
Because he was there from the start.
Yeah, he helped.
He didn't just jump in, give us a name.
He helped rebuild the club.
He was there from the beginning.
But we would say that Forest Green are top of league.
Not really interested in that. But I don't hate the guy.
He's played 3-1-3.
I don't think
so
we
he's
should...
got 100% record at the moment. So
that would be the 3 players that he took off Mac. But anyway, I still don't think he deserves the disrespect he's getting. Because I do think, he was there from the start. He's done really well. And I don't hold anything against him at all. Forest. Forest are doing all right, actually. They're in 4th. So they're not doing too bad. Liverpool are the only ones that have only played 1 game. So it's them and Newcastle now, which is the Monday night football.
Yep.
Might actually watch that.
And then we've got Newcastle next weekend.
I don't think that's going to go very well for you if you play the same way you did yesterday.
If we play the same way we did yesterday, it doesn't matter who we're playing, we'll get fucking spanked. That was awful.
Yeah, it was pretty woeful. So I'd like Newcastle Liverpool to finish 1-1. Personally. I think that would be ideal for us.
no, you wouldn't. You want Newcastle to win.
Don't really want Newcastle getting above the station.
But Newcastle aren't going to go and win the league.
Why not?
We don't know that. They might be that
People
pissed
said,
off
people
with
said that
Isaac
about
that they just got on this
people
mad
said that
run.
about Leicester, didn't they?
I know, but
Leicester are never
going to
win the
pretty
league.
much go like that they're not going to win the league. You're probably looking at the moment that Liverpool are probably looking good for it. They had a decent transfer window.
They didn't have a very good first game, though. They beat Bournemouth 4-2, of which they went 2 up and then got pegged back 2-all.
I mean, they did say that last season that they won a lot of games 1-0 and needed to score more. But the problem with Liverpool is, like I said last season, you were like, they're going to falter. And I goes, they just know how to win. And I was right. They just knew how to win. No matter, and I was saying it early doors that they'll just do what it takes.
Could you say it without a fucking smile on your face, though? Because that's horrendous.
I don't like being right, but I do like being right.
Can we kick him out?
Well, it is nearly time to go home.
I want to say, yeah, kind of.
Although we have got part 3 coming up.
Yeah, we need to record part 3.
Even though we've already done it.
We've already recorded part 3. So yeah, it is actually later than it would normally be at the end of part 2, but it's because part 3 is already recorded.
Spoiler
alert.
Spoiler alert, it's a good listen. So hang around for part 3.
But going on the whole Newcastle thing, Newcastle Liverpool, I think personally, if Newcastle played like they did against Villa, Liverpool will run away with that one.
That's the last thing I want.
And then...
Sorry, my mother's calling me. I'm not going to answer it and put it on the podcast. I'll answer it in a bit.
What a shame. Against Villa, Liverpool will run them over. But I hope they play like they did against Villa against us, because I don't... If we're as shit as we were yesterday, we need them to be that bad.
Yeah, it's not been great. But it's been nice sitting down with you again, boys,
Yeah.
and recording again. I did enjoy the few weeks off, because it was nice to just sit and chill and relax a little bit. But I do quite enjoy sitting down and chatting with you.
I was looking forward to it last week.
Yeah, well, you two could have set up, right? That's not my fault. That after nearly 2 years, an episode, this being 86, neither one of you know how to set this shit up.
Stretch, I just want to point out, right, you've been doing this now for 86 episodes, and half the time you can't get it to fucking set up.
He's not wrong.
I've not failed, though. We've always recorded something. It may not have been great, but we've always recorded something.
Didn't we have one that had no sound?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it didn't happen. We did have a week where it didn't happen.
We still recorded it.
Yeah, we recorded
We sat here for 3 hours chatting shit, and it just didn't work.
Yeah. But that, by the by, we're on episode 86, and neither one of you can get this set up and recorded. That's shambolic.
That sounds like a you
Or
problem.
we just didn't want
No,
to.
it sounds like a you problem.
Or we just didn't want to.
It's the 1 week I would have missed. 1 week I'd have missed.
You do realise at work they don't trust me with anything technology based. I am literally the only guy who can literally go into a click, select, and erase all formulas from Excel.
You literally plug the laptop into the wall, you plug that sound system into the laptop, and open OBS. Done.
We don't need to know.
You
It
do
won't
need to
happen.
know, because if I don't make another episode at some point, you two need to know how to set this up so you don't miss a week just because I'm not here.
Shall I get a pre-printed out stretch mask and just sit next to you?
That would be kind of weird, wouldn't it?
You'd have to wear a Mr. Blobby suit as well.
I was just about to say you need to put on about 7 stone. Mate, no more. No, 7 stone. You're about 9, 8.5,
Yeah,
9? Yeah, you need 7 stone on you. Skinny little runt. So, anyway, right, I think what we're going to do is...
Say goodbye.
Yeah, we're going to say goodbye.
No,
Not
we'll see
properly,
you
though.
next-
We'll say
We'll see after the
goodbye
break.
for part 2.
We'll see after the
And
break,
we'll
yeah?
see you after the break, even though we're actually wrapping it up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we shall see you beautiful people very shortly. Hello and welcome to part 3. Now, we're doing this slightly different this week, and I know I've taken you both by surprise by doing that.
Yeah.
Right, so everyone listening is going to be really weird because this is going to be in order. It's not in order. This is the beginning of the recording, but I have to go to part 3 first. Okay. So I had a phone call about the podcast a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
Now, we were going to record the pod last week, but for one reason or another we didn't. I'm pretty certain we'll probably talk about that in part 1 or part 2 or whatever. But anyway, we didn't record last week. So it's been a couple of weeks that this has been hanging over us. Because I did tell you that I had a call. Yeah. That's all I told you about it.
Yeah.
Right. Any guesses of who it may have been that called me regarding the podcast? And no, it wasn't Gabby Albgonglahor.
No, that's what I did say.
David Raya telling you to fuck up.
Right. I'll tell you now. I had a phone call from, we'll call him PC Laptop. Okay. So PC Laptop from Staffordshire Constabulary.
Right.
Phoned me while I was at my lady's house.
Okay.
And now I never, ever answer withheld numbers.
Yeah.
Never.
Well, you just decided this one
But
time.
I was stood there, and he said, "Name then." My lady was in the kitchen, and I went, "I'm going to answer it and put it on loudspeaker for a laugh. Why not?" Answer. Is that Rick Carr? I'm like, depends who's fucking asking, really, doesn't it? So I could be anybody at this point. He went, "Oh, it's PC Laptop from Staffordshire Constabulary." I went, "I'm interested. You've piqued my attention. I'm just ringing you about your podcast." Well, is this for real? Is this serious? He said, No.
Police.
We've had a complaint. Oh, I know where this is from.
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, we had a bit of a talk, myself and Mr. Laptop, about the podcast. Now, here's what we worked out during the phone call.
Yeah.
Because it's been a while ago now. I was going to run you through the call, and I can't really remember it, and I'd be making a lot of it up at this point. The gist of it was, we haven't named anybody. Now, you both know what I'm on about. Everybody listening probably knows exactly the situation I'm fucking on about. I'm on about my kids and their mom.
Yeah.
Because we haven't named anybody, haven't done anything wrong. And the worst thing that's been said is what he said, which was about someone being a petulant child.
Yeah.
We'll go with Barbie for a name, okay?
Yeah.
So, because Barbie's got upset because he referred to her as a petulant child, I'm not exact, because I specifically said to Mr. Laptop, I said, "Have I named anybody?" And he said, "No, you haven't." I said, "Okay. Have I said anything liable?" And he said, "Well, no, you haven't." I said, "Okay, so have I done anything wrong on the podcast?" "Well, no, you haven't."
Thought, please.
What are you calling me for then? Like, with all due respect, why are you on the phone?
Yeah.
He's like, "I need to let you know that we've had a complaint."
And
I'm like, "Okay, I know where it's come from, such, or such."
Mm-hmm.
No, it was a male. I'm like, be that as it may, it's still come from one of them. Right, I don't care who's called you.
Yeah.
It's from one of the 3.
yeah.
That's where it stems from, because they're the ones that are butthurt about it. Nobody else would give a shit what I was saying. So it's either Mel, Barbie, or Wicked Witch of the West. So he then later on in the phone call said to me, "I'm just advising you because this could be used against you in family court." Now I said, "Hang on a minute. We established in Act 1 that I'd done nothing wrong."
Yeah.
He went, "Yes." And I've said nothing wrong. Correct. So having done nothing wrong and said nothing wrong, you're now telling me that can be used against me in court. Do you realise how fucked up that makes our system?
Yep.
We've established I've done nothing at all wrong,
Yep.
but it can still be used against me. How bad is that? He said, no, I appreciate that, blah, blah, blah. And I said to him, I said, look, I've made a couple of complaints about this, this and this. And he said, right, okay. I said, well, nothing was done. I was just ignored. But then I'm a dad, so I expect it. So he said, well, email with me with your complaints and your proof, and I will make sure it's dealt with. Okay, sweet.
Happy days.
So they've gone from complaining about me to giving me an ally within the police force. Wonderful. So thank you, PC Laptop, if you are listening. Sorry about calling you laptop. I just didn't want to use your name.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm not doing anything wrong. So yeah, Barbie and Mel have basically just given me an ally within the police force who's now going to make sure any complaints I get are dealt with by social services and the appropriate authorities that I think that they should go through.
Happy days.
There we
That
go.
all backfired. So yeah, I had a phone call from the police
Yeah.
because there's been a complaint about this part of the pod, and I didn't want to leave this.
Oh, that's quite.
I wanted to just go through it straight away.
That is amusing.
There we go.
So we haven't recorded part 1 or 2 yet. So we'll carry on and we'll do part 3 now. But yeah, I had to tell you because it was.
But it's like, did you see with the protests where the police officer? I feel sorry for this police officer because I guarantee now he's probably either lost his job, been disciplined or something. Because he turns up to tell a guy about how he has to be aware that you're going to a protest. We just want to give you an insight. And he's like, have I done something wrong? No. Am I allowed to go to a protest? Yes, we can't. So why are you here? I've got a flyer for you to give you advice on how to protest. And he's like, why are you here? And the policeman was like, look, mate, I'm not against you. And he's like, this is absolutely pointless. He's like, yeah, I know. And then basically the policeman just agreed with him because, let's be honest, people always like demonise the police, but they are just human beings doing a job.
Of course they are.
And he actually laughs with him. And the guy says, take it back to your bosses and tell them to stick it up their fucking arse. Because I'm not interested in what you tell me about how I should protest. And the policeman laughs, and it was at that point I'm like, you've put this video out to show that the police are human and they're on our side, but you've just got him in shit because they won't see it as he's, just human. They'll see it as he's gone against their policies. And I actually feel sorry for that policeman now because he will get fucked.
It's crazy, mate. It is honestly crazy. I mean, he didn't give me any legal advice or anything. He basically just said that I hadn't done anything wrong. And to be careful what I'm saying. And I'm like, well, if I'm already being careful and we've established again that I've done nothing wrong, then am I not doing it right already? Yeah. And he went, well, you are. I'm just advising you. I said, no, I appreciate that. I'm not having a go. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
But it's like I said to him, I said, okay, so if I tell you that person A has committed a burglary, and you find out within, let's say, 45 minutes that he actually hasn't committed that burglary at all, does that complaint still go against person A? And he said, yeah, we would have to register it. I said, do you realise how messed up that is? I could just accuse anybody of anything, and their name is then on your system.
A lad I know.
Regardless.
A lad I know. And I don't know him that well, but I know him through a friend. He's a friend of a friend. And he was at university and he was doing really well. And one night he was at a party, girl he liked, and they got jiggy. Next day she hit panic mode, claimed rape. He got arrested. The uni kicked him out. He lost all his stuff. He got the record and all that. No one would employ him. He can't go back to school. And then because she made it all up, it got dropped. But the problem was the uni wouldn't take him back. And he still, to this day, despite it all being dropped, still has on his... So when you CB check and all that, it still says...
Arrested
for rape.
Of course it does.
And it's like... The problem is, these days, you make a complaint or you do something and it's immediately, that's against you. Whether you're... And we've entered a world where the official letter of the law is you are innocent until proven guilty.
Not anymore.
The problem now is you are guilty until proven innocent. It's like the onus is on you to prove your innocence these days, which is completely the wrong way round. The burden of truth is no longer where it should be. And I actually think it's quite disgusting. We've moved into it.
It's crazy. I mean, I like the fact that he He said to me, because I've had the complaint about your podcast, he said I had to sit and watch the whole thing. And I'm like, that gives us another
Any
view.
specific episode or just
Yeah.
lots of them?
It was let me get this right. Because it's the only episode that has more than like 40 views on it. Because most of ours, as you know,
Come through.
as you both know, we maximum of 40 views on our video. We don't get a lot of views. We're not popular. We just do this because we wanted to get together. So it's actually I'll run you through the ones before. Right, so episode 76, 33 views. 77, 88 views. 78, 21. 79, 24. 80, 37. 81, 44. 82, 46. Now, episode 83. The one that I called It Is What It Is, which was my big rant.
Yeah.
Nameless rant, but rant nonetheless. So we've gone from 46 views the week before to now 297. Then, the next week, which I called I Binned Them Off. I can't think of where that particular headline came from, Tin Ribs. It's called I Binned Them Off. That's now got 108.
Yeah.
And last one out, episode 85, Silly Sausage, has got 83. So since they bitched about it, and it's been shared here, there, and everywhere, we're actually getting more views.
Keep it up.
And the shorts have gone from a couple of hundred to like 2,500.
Yeah.
So they're actually just
Helping.
putting us about a bit more. But I did apologise to the cut. He went, I had to sit through the whole episode just to make sure what was being said. I said, I'm really sorry because
Poor bloke.
you listened to some absolute shit during that. He went, it actually wasn't that bad, to be fair. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
That's quite good. For some random guy to tell me that it was all right. I'm like, okay. I don't believe you, but yeah.
Thanks
I appreciate the fact that
you
you've
for
tried to make
stroking
me
our
feel
ego,
better.
PC laptop. I really appreciate that.
So yeah, that's what the call was all about. That we'd been
Amazing.
complained about because
Amazing.
yeah. But again, we've done nothing wrong and we've not said anything liable. They're just butthurt because you called Barbie a petulant
But
child.
does that not make further evidence to being a petulant child?
Oh, of course.
They're calling me a petulant child. I'm going to be a petulant child.
Do you know the best bit is I have heard.
Okay.
Now, bearing in mind that I actually have a fair bit to do with Barbie's family now.
Yeah.
I did hear through the grapevine that the reason I'm not allowed to see Zach anymore is because I'm living with my lady. Which, when that first came about, I was actually staying at your place, Tin Ribs.
I want to say, you only moved out at the weekend.
And now I have my own place in Stafford,
Yeah.
which is where I wanted to be anyway, isn't it? Because it's closer to everything. So I've now got my own place in Stafford, but the reason I can't see Zach is because I'm living with my lady. The irony of that being, if that pisses them off so much, the irony of that being, if they let me see my kids, I wouldn't be spending nearly as much time with my lady.
Yeah.
The only reason we spend so much time together is
You don't have your
because I'm not seeing my kids.
Yeah.
Now I'm having to go back to court for Daisy, and that dickhead has been, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing... No, you're just stopping me seeing Daisy because you're fucking butthurt and because you're not getting what you want. Simple as that. There's no other reason behind it. Mel is kicking off purely because she's not happy. That's the only reason. It's nothing to do with Daisy. It's nothing to do with Daisy's well-being, nothing to do with her safety, nothing to do with her safeguarding. It's all lies and bullshit. It's because she's not happy. Right? So she's using her child as a weapon the same way Barbie has done for years and years and years. Dress it up however you want. It is what it is. You're using your kids as weapons. But now it's got to a point where I'm having to go to court and I'm having to do this and having to do that. You can go fuck yourself. When I have my kids, and I will have them, I'll fucking spend my time with whoever I see fit, wherever I see fit, whenever I see fit. Because my kids will grow up to know that I did fight for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll hit a certain age where, like, I didn't see my mum from when I was 20 to when I was probably 30. Not maybe once a year. Zach and Daisy will be exactly the same because they'll turn around to their mum and they'll go, you were the fucking problem.
Yeah.
You were the issue. I know you were the issue. And they're just not going to want anything to do with them. And do you know what? I couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It'll be their own fault.
I mean, I won't go into too much detail, but all I'll say is on Saturday, I turned up to pick up my kids at 10 o'clock. I was then told I could not have my kids on Saturday morning.
Why? What reason?
Again, doesn't agree with choices that I'm making. So at which point I took Willow, because at this point my Thomas has been influenced, and basically said, I don't want to go with you.
That's
You
because
are
the parents are poisoning the mind
You
of
are
the
a
children.
liar.
which
So I
happens
was
with
like,
me as
so
well.
at that point I wasn't arguing. So at this point I take Willow
Yep.
and leave with Willow. So I've got one out of the two children.
Oh, that's all right.
By 12 o'clock, I've got both children at that point.
Change of heart.
No, she's just a dick.
Change
It's not a change of heart. It's like you've lost the battle because Willow's gone. So the battle's lost, or the war is
No,
lost.
I'm wondering, did
You
Thomas...
can bring them back later. I was like, Willow will come back tomorrow morning as
Agreed.
agreed.
No, but what I mean
And
is,
I
did
stuck
Thomas
to
have a
that.
change of heart, or did she have to change of heart?
It took some work. And it's not the first time where he's been influenced because he's 6 and
Yeah, but children are
impressionable.
easily...
Of course they are. They believe
Yeah.
in Santa and the Tooth Fairy. Of course they're easily swayed. I often believe in
And
God.
I just don't think it's right. As much as you might not agree with the decisions that I make and stuff like that, which is fair enough. But
Hang
at
on,
the end of the
hang on.
day,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to play devil's
We,
advocate.
we
here.
don't agree with
hang on.
half the decisions you make.
You made some terrible decisions. But hang on. I'm just going to play devil's advocate here. She doesn't agree with the decisions you're making. Do you agree with the decisions she's making?
it wouldn't make a difference.
No, hang on.
No, he's asking, do you?
Do you agree with it?
Not always.
The fact that she cheated on you and she ran off with a guy who literally...
And she barely knew.
that she barely knew, and now
Did
she's
I agree
and
with
now
the
she's saying that
situation?
she
You know
might
full well
want to
I didn't
leave
agree
him.
with it, but
No, but
obviously,
Yeah, but there you go. So
but
you...
obviously, I'm keeping a lot of that very much.
Yeah, no. But the point is,
Under-
she's done a lot that you don't agree with.
So
Have you kicked, moaned, bitched and fussed about it?
Not when the children
No, so-
are involved.
no, 'cause she's
Then
a
wind
fucking
your
hypocrite.
fucking neck in.
Because I
Wind
keep
your
it-
neck in.
Because I'm keeping the children
Yeah,
separate
but this-
to not influence.
But that's a guy thing. There are very few women that will separate their hurt and annoyance and irritation and plastic and everything else that they've
As he
got
said,
away
my
from what their
mum-
kids actually need. The kids need both parents.
I've
never...
because they don't, and because my mum says so, and I say. But what is your opinion on a person? It's like I like him, but your mum says he's a bad man, and then it's like, do you think he's bad? No, he's a bad man. So your mum is wrong on this point. I'm not telling you what you can or not think, and it's not fair that your mum is telling you. But just because your mum says something doesn't mean that she's right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm quite.
And that's the only thing that I've said. In which point I sent a message to her saying, "Please stop influencing a
So that's where I'm
6-year-old because
looking.
it's not fair. Because the only person getting hurt is the kids.
Yeah.
I'm
course
just
it is.
lucky that Willow's just turned 2 and she's not old enough to know any better.
You've just got to hope that your ex grows up by the time Willow's old enough
Willow's
to fully
just
understand.
her own little nightmare where I was walking back from town on Saturday and it was like she didn't want to walk and she didn't want to be carried.
She wanted to be
She wanted
pushed.
to have a strop on the floor.
Oh, cool.
Is what.
Yeah, well, I like to do
Which
that
would
one.
involve
When they-
like bashing her head on concrete and stuff. So
Nice.
it's like you are getting carried.
Yeah, I'm really
Till
got
I
much
get
choice
to
of
a
that.
soft
See, with my little one,
place.
what I used to do was just leave him to it for a minute because when he bashes his head off the floor, or does what he's going to realise it hurts, and it's amazing how quick they jump up and come running for cuddles, and then just cheers. I know that's harsh.
The
but
thing is, though, is your situation is different from ours.
I was about to say, I'm super lucky.
If we send our kids back with any form of mark, upset, anything, we don't see them for the next 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, I am super lucky in the respect that.
You're lucky
My-
in the
my
fact that at
ex is-
least your ex would understand.
Yeah, but my ex.
Okay,
isn't.
I know what your lad's like, and I know that he does this, this, and this.
Yeah.
And if he comes back with a bruise on his leg, fair enough. He's been running around, he fell over,
He's
banged his knee.
always covered in bruises.
Of course he is.
He come
All
back
kids
from,
are.
Well, when I picked him up from Greece, first thing I said when we got him back, I picked him up at like 2 a.m. because he literally landed from Greece at 2 a.m. on the Saturday, and we flew out at 7 a.m. on the Sunday to France. So he literally, like, less than 24 hours, he's back on a plane. Well, just over 24 hours. And he was literally... I remember getting him home, and I just looked at him and went, The hell have you done? He just had this massive bruise on his leg. He's running around diving into swimming pools and
Of course.
being a 6-year-old boy.
Yeah, but the thing is you're not going to hold that against your ex.
Hell no.
Because you understand what your
Because
lad's
you understand
like.
that he probably would.
This
walk
is what
into
my
a
boy is
door
like.
and all sorts of stuff, and
Never use that excuse again. That's the worst excuse to possibly use.
What's that?
Walked into a door.
have you walked into a door?
No, but all battered women use it. And it's just, it's horrendous.
All
I've
right,
got.
just the go-to.
I got.
Fine.
Honest now. You're telling me you've never walked into the door?
Have I walked into
Yeah.
a door? Fuck yeah,
I
loads.
was about
do it
to
all the
say,
time.
when you said it, I was about to say, how have you?
But
I've
how
I've
many-
even done the one
how
where
many
I've pulled
women
the door,
get-
it's John, I've walked into the.
How many women get beaten by their partner? And go, oh, I walked into a door.
You open the door, it hits your
you know
foot
what I
by
mean?
accident, but you carry on walking. Bang.
The amount of times I've done that. I went to work once, and a
normally in
straight
public.
fucking line down the side of my face where I've absolutely leathered myself into the door.
Oh, it's horrible.
Walked into a door. You sound like a beaten husband at that point, you know what I mean?
I was abused.
By the door. Wonderful.
But yeah, I mean, I'm very fortunate that my ex is not completely insane.
You're lucky you don't need court, because that is an uphill battle. Because guys mean less than nothing in court.
Mm.
You start, if you can imagine starting from below ground zero, that's what it's like going into court as a dad.
Yeah.
You're not even on a level with the woman. She's already 4 floors up, and you're not even at ground level yet.
Yeah.
You've got to work your way up just to be level. It's fucking ridiculous, mate. It's the craziest situation in the world.
Mm.
And you are 100% guilty until you prove your innocence.
Yeah.
No
it's
matter
ridiculous.
what accusation is thrown at you,
Yeah, it's absolutely
you're
ridiculous.
guilty. It's absolute insanity. And as I start the court process, now the court messaged me saying, out of your application, these 5 points are missing.
Yeah.
Immediately emailed them back going, point 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sent it off. I then got an email a couple of days later saying, if you don't respond to this email by the 19th of August, we'll throw your case out. At which point they got a very sarcastic email back going, okay, for the second time, this is point 1. Have you understood? This is point 2. Have you understood? Point 3, 4, and 5. Have you understood? And then underneath I've put, I appreciate the fact that reading is difficult sometimes, but this needs dealing with because I've already paid £300 to go to fucking court.
Yeah.
And I can tell you now, if you do throw my case out, we're going to have issues. So I suggest this is dealt with ASAP. It is now 24th of August, 5 days after my deadline. I've heard fuck all
Yeah, of course.
because they're fucking useless.
Because
So tomorrow they'll be getting emailed, they'll be getting called, then they'll be getting emailed again, they'll be getting called again. And that'll be done on the hour, every hour, until someone answers the fucking phone and tells me what's going on. Because I'm getting a bit sick of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all because I guarantee if Mel contacts them, she'll have an answer within 20 minutes.
yeah, of course.
Fucking drives me mad. It's the only person suffering at the minute is Daisy, and nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. And that's really irritating me at the minute, is the fact that, like, you're not
Courts are openly allowing child abuse.
you're not
basically.
hurting me as much as you're hurting the child.
Have you seen her at all?
I saw her once.
No, I just mean
as-
like not like because obviously we've had the whole.
The last
Let's call it drive-by. Has it ever
Right,
been
the
a
last-
drive-by with child?
the last
that
time
you've managed
the last
to,
time I
like,
saw
see.
her, I was parking outside my lady's house, and it was just me and my lady in the car.
Yeah.
And Daisy her instant reaction, you could see, was to come over, but then she sort of thought and backed off a little bit. So I could tell that she's getting information that she shouldn't be getting.
Yeah.
And she's being told stuff that she shouldn't be being told. You can just fucking tell.
I was just intrigued whether or not like you managed to like see and maybe had a wave or
That's
something
the only time.
like.
As she went round the corner, she'd obviously thought about what had happened. She then turned around and waved at me. So you just fucking know that her mind's been poisoned.
Yeah.
Right, and as much as Mel will say, I haven't done this, and I haven't, you have, and it's obvious. So stop fucking denying it, because we know. And no matter how much you say you haven't done it, I'm not going to believe you anyway.
I know.
It makes no
It's
difference.
just the worst part. Like if they say.
But the last time I actually spent time with her, I had to physically get the police to school to stop other people collecting Daisy from school so I could pick her up. Because I literally just said to the police, look, I'm going to go to the school. There is no court order in place to say I can't have her. and I am on the birth certificate. And I tell you now, if anyone is at that school and puts their hands on Daisy, I will consider it assault. And they said, that's absolutely fine. I went, okay, cool.
Yeah. You just don't know what's being poisoned into their minds.
Oh, I do. I know exactly what they're being told.
Yeah.
I know exactly what Daisy's
And
being told.
it's just so annoying because half of the time it's just not true. It's just their version. They honestly believe it half the time.
I think she does believe everything she's saying.
Yeah.
Like, now, don't get me wrong.
Some of the stuff might be actually right.
Don't get me wrong. And I've admitted this to both of you. I've not done things perfectly since we split up.
No.
Yeah, but the thing is I will openly admit there's things I've done wrong since we split up. I even told her there's a car alarm going off. I don't think it's yours. It sounds a bit too far away.
No, it's too far away.
So I will openly admit there's things I've done wrong. I even apologised to Mel at one point because I'd done things badly and too quickly and this, that and the other. And I made the apology. But her attitude hasn't changed from minute one to now. She still doesn't see what went wrong during the relationship, even though I must have had 100 conversations about it. At least 100. To which her response every time was, you need to go and find somebody else then. Okay. You'll only say that so many fucking times. And eventually, I walked. Now, I'm the bad guy. Hang on. Fucking told you 100 times that this was going to happen. Now, all of a sudden, I'm the bad guy. Okay, fair enough. But stop poisoning Daisy. She's 6. She doesn't need it. She needs both parents. They're now trying to turn her into a Liverpool fan, buying her Liverpool shirts, because they know I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
You're not going to make me hate Daisy. You're just going to make me hate you more. It's not going to affect the way I feel about Daisy in any way, shape or form. And to be honest, if she comes to me in a Liverpool shirt, we all know what's going to happen. It's going to get burnt and she'll go back in somewhere else. So it makes no difference. It makes no odds to me what you dress her in. Anything she comes into me and says Liverpool, it just gets burnt.
Yeah,
It makes no odds to me. It will never go back because it will never exist. It will just get burnt. And then I'll send her back in somewhere else, a tracksuit or a dress or whatever. Makes no difference to me. I couldn't care less. And Daisy will watch it burn. And I'll go, this is what we do in Liverpool. Simple. Just so everyone's aware of where we stand. What are you laughing at?
You.
No part of that is untrue. Like every syllable of that was true. If she wears anything Liverpool, it will go on a fire.
Jeez.
Fucking telling you now, she'll watch it burn.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go.
Could happen.
Would happen.
I mean, I would say burning Liverpool shirts is a sacrilegious thing, but basically...
They do it
They
themselves.
They do it themselves as soon as a player decides that they're going to leave.
Yeah.
So.
I'm sure.
But then they
we'll come
demand
to
that.
very soon.
Anyway, this isn't.
We'll
the
come
football
back
bit.
to that.
We'll get on to that when we actually reverse and do the first two bits.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Yeah.
You watch, we'll forget now.
Yeah. Oh, and for any police officers that have to watch this in the future, we apologise because it is just shit. None of it means anything. We slag people off, but we don't give names. We don't give addresses. Nobody knows where anyone lives, and people know my kids' names anyway. So I'm well within my rights to use my children's names. So I apologise ahead of the phone call that we're about to have, in which I'm going to tell you that it's a fucking pointless phone call.
Yeah.
So yeah, I apologise to any coppers that have to watch this in the future. And if Mr. Laptop is watching again, sorry, but you should have just admitted that there was nothing wrong and carried on. Anyway, right, I think what we'll do, boys, is we shall wrap this up and we shall see everyone next week, apart from us, who is now going to go back and record the first two parts.
Yeah.
So we shall see you beautiful people next week.